Hey everyone, Josh here with an up-close look at a Star Wars toy. And today we're going to unbox Wedge Antilles from the Black Series. So let's go ahead and get him out of the box, but before we get that far, let's just take a little look at the artwork on the box. And then of course you have, this is 102 in the line for Black Series for the numbered boxes. And then, of course, we have the character description, and I'll go ahead and read that for you guys real quick. Wedge Antilles, a talented young rebel pilot from Corellia. Wedge Antilles survived the attack on the first Death Star to become a respected veteran of Rogue Squadron. All right, so that's a pretty good description of Wedge Antilles, and one of the things that's kind of interesting about Wedge, if you're a big fan of the original trilogy, he is, I believe, the only other character to appear in all three original trilogy films besides the main cast. He's in all of them, and if I'm wrong about that, I apologize, but I'm pretty sure that's on point. But all right, here we go. He comes with a blaster, and then of course his pilot's helmet, and we'll take a better look at those in just a few moments. Let's get our boy out of here. All right, so here's a good look at him, and you can see the face sculpt. I think that's pretty good representation of Wedge, or Dennis Lawson, I believe is the actor's name. I hope I have that right. but you can see the packaging's popping on me. But you can see the accuracy of the uniform from, the screen accuracy of it. But there he is. But let's run through his articulation here and see what we get. And just looking at his head, we got full rotation, a little up and down, not much. And then going to his shoulder, you got a full range up. You should have full rotation at his elbow. You have a bend and a full rotation. You should have a rotation at the wrist with a little bit of up and down, not very much. And then going down to his body here, it looks like you got a little bit of forward, backwards, and I cannot get him to rotate. But you can see they hid the articulation point under the vest. So that is cool. And then the hose is flexible, and I do not think it's removable. And let's see here. The main part of the belt around his waist is molded to him. And then the part down the back, the front, and around his legs are loose, but I do not think it's removable. But then when we go down to his legs here, you should have forward, not much back. And you can see these little straps around his legs. They're not really restricting him that much, and so that's a good thing. But at the knee, you should have a bend. You should have a rotation up here at the upper thigh. And then at the ankle, you should have a back and forth, and oh, that's interesting. Okay. So they have dual rotation at his ankles. You can see it's at where the boots are and his suit ends, and then also at the actual ankle, they have rotation. So cool. But dual articulation at the ankle. I like it. So very cool. But let's see how he interacts with his accessories. So the first thing you got is the helmet, if I can get a good, and you can see they put the dirt on it to make it look like the used Future. So, but very cool, and you can see all the symboling on it. And then the chin strap is a solid piece. You don't pull it out or anything, but let's just see how this fits around his head. Trying to get it nice and kind of centered up here. It's a little bit looser than I would have expected, but I guess you don't want to have to fight him either. But that looks pretty good. His eyes are lining up with the lenses of the goggles. So Very good, but goes on and off fairly easy. So very cool. And then also we have got a little bit of mold piece sticking out there. We have the blaster rifle that he comes with, and so let's see how he interacts with this thing real quick. I want to show you guys the... Oh, come on, man. His elbow's being a little stiff on me. I show you guys the hand sculpts, and you can see on his right hand, you do have the trigger finger molding, and then just kind of like the standard open fist on the other hand. And so my running assumption here is that he will hold the blaster. Little trigger fingers kind of bent down on me here. Let me see if I can poke it back up here. All right, there we go. All right, so just looking at it, you can see he's got a really good grip on it, and he's holding on to it. It moves the arm, and it doesn't pull the accessory out like you want to see. And the trigger finger is lining up with it, but it doesn't really like go into the trigger guard. And mine could just be a bad molding or something, but just in general, usually these the trigger fingers go in pretty well, and you can see it's lining up with the hole, but it's not really going in. It still looks good, looks natural, but not perfect alignment. And then just to be thorough, you can see he does hold it in his other hand, and you can see no trigger finger getting in there, so it's a little awkward, but got a good grip on it, so that is a good thing. All right, and then I just wanted to quick see if they had like any kind of, you know, thing or something on his flight suit where you can attach the blaster, but I don't see anything like that. So, but very good. Okay, I wanted to see where the articulation point was on the foot with the canisters around the boot, and it's below the canisters there. And so, but that is pretty much it. Let's get him put back together here and get that helmet put back on him. All right. All right, everyone, there he is. This is Wedge Antilles, and I just real quick, I want to give him one final little test here. I want to make sure he will stand up on his own so we can use this figure. But there he is, everyone, from the Black Series line. This is Wedge Antilles, and thanks for watching, everyone. I really appreciate it. I hope you're enjoying the videos, and we'll talk to you guys later. Bye.